Hey, ladies, and welcome to this week's episode of Comfortable, Confident Inside Out, the show where we bring you top mentors in the areas of health, wellness, business, and finance to have them share with you their top tips for you to feel comfortable everywhere you go. So are you somebody who's sensitive and just wants to stop giving your energy away to everybody? Well, if so, today's show is just for you. We have Christy Warnick on, and she is a spiritual, intuitive energy healer. And she's going to share with us 2 simple and effective techniques to be able to regenerate and protect your vital life force energy. So welcome, Christy. Thank you so much for being here. Please tell us all about yourself and what you're passionate about.
Yes, thank you for having me, Suzanne. So happy to be here. And I love helping people to transform their lives for the better. And that's the bottom line for me, really. I can name off all the techniques and modalities and certifications, all that stuff. But when it comes down to it, I just love to inspire people and to help them to transform their lives for the better. Because I've been through my own transformation and I'm still going through it, but I have found tricks and tips and all these different things, kind of like you talk about your toolbox. I have my very own toolbox just as well as, and we can keep adding to other people's toolboxes to help them through whatever's they're going through, but also to, make it easier, because it can be. Everyone talks about things being hard and they have these beliefs that it needs to be or has to be, and that's just not true. And the more we can let go of that, the more we can really, have things start showing up easier. And then they're like, oh, wow, this can be easy. So that's what I love doing.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. So today our topic is about, with regards to sensitive women. So let's talk about sensitivity and sensitive, and what does that really mean? And why are we all so sensitive? And is that a good or a bad thing?
Well, that used to be a kind of a trigger word for me. And I'd be like, but now I've realized, wow, I can change what that means to me. And what if, I love playing the what if game. So what if sensitive actually meant that you're loving, that you're compassionate, that you embrace peace in your life, or you love to be harmonious? What if you could change it from being this thing that you react to being something that you embrace and go, yeah, I love myself and get to that point. At least we're all a work in progress, right? So there's no race here. So it's just getting there in your own time, but really taking the steps to getting towards that. I'm a loving person. I'm compassionate. For me, I'm easily inspired, and that all that could mean that I'm sensitive. I mean, yeah. So what, a lot of times these words, because we've given them meaning, because we've given them emotions with that meaning and thoughts and all these things, and then they become these little, you react or you respond in a certain way. Well, what if you could change that? And that's exactly what you can do. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm so glad we're talking about this because, we want to, as women, honor the fact that we are sensitive and can be compassionate. It's just, I think we've been living in times where we have been expected to be that way for certain people without really keeping our energy to ourselves. The part that we really need to stay healthy, mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, physically healthy, and that we don't want to stop being sensitive. We want to continue to be sensitive and be thoughtful and considerate and compassionate and kind toward everybody, but do it in a way that really puts ourselves first. So we honor our sensitivity for us first and foremost, and then share when we have it to give.
Yeah, because so many people, and women specifically, want to help others, but they're doing it so that they're putting everyone else first. But when you put yourself first, you can help others more easily. So you see how that kind of works, where you're starting to make these changes. It's not that you're selfish or anything like that. It's actually, your self-acceptance of yourself, and you're actually being selfless when you are taking care of yourself. And you do that first so that you can help other people more easily. So what if you could be so-called sensitive and powerful too, and brave and courageous? People, they focus in on the sensitive, but what about the power that you do have, and that you are brave, you are courageous, you are already so many wonderful things that can balance that out. When I talk about balance, that's a big key there. It's like, what if you could take these other things, but you also realize and notice these other things that balance those out? You're like, wow, I am powerful, but I can also be sensitive too. So that balances it out, so that it's not such a, because you're going, oh, wait a minute, I'm powerful too. I'm brave, I'm courageous, and you can go out and kick some butt too.
Exactly.
And I love helping people, because it could take just like a video like this, or any of my videos really, to really unlock something within other people. That's the way I love inspiring people, is so that it's planting seeds, so that those can grow into aha, when they talk about the aha moment. So it grows into that, and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, and it really can it can transform their lives. And that's what I love, helping people to figure out for themselves that they can do that. But they're the ones that do it. It's that self-responsibility in there too, really checking in with yourself, going, okay, wait a minute, could this be true for me? Checking in with yourself, wait a minute, yeah, I've been through a lot, I'm still here, I am brave, I am courageous, that's what that means. But I can also be compassionate too, I can also be sensitive, or whatever you want to call it. But when we let go of the labels and the emotional charges behind them and all this stuff, and start just letting that unfold into the true self, what are you really? And it's like letting that shine.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah, I mean, giving women permission to be sensitive but powerful at the same time. You don't have to feel like it's a weakness because you're sensitive. In fact, it is a great superpower to be able to harness, the compassion that you feel toward others, when we're living in just such a overwhelming, overstimulating world where we don't find a lot of compassion and thoughtfulness that is out there. And that's why those of us who have that and we share it, we often get so easily depleted because there's just such a need for it. But yet, if we all start to experience it more with healthy boundaries, we can really be embracing each other more in our sensitivities and really feel the power in all of that.
Yeah, because everyone has this power within them. I mean, that's how we're all here. And if you simplify things into everything is energy, everything is frequency. So, it's really realizing that you can make these changes very easily by simplifying it down to what it truly is. And like I said, energy, frequency, vibration, these are all energy things. So, that can shift and change so easily. And I work with energy healing saved my life. And that's why I do what I do, is because it was like, oh, this is how I can help people. This is what I'm meant to do. This is something I love helping people with,
So I know you came on to share with us 2 simple techniques that can help us to regenerate and protect our sensitive energy. So where can we start with this? Learning these 3 techniques.
Yeah. First thing, just start with kind of go over in your mind what really does, feel good for you to say, that you can say, I am, or I choose I choose can be just as powerful as I am. It's like, you're putting it in a shopping cart and it's being shipped to you, you're online and all that. So knowing that it's coming to you. So really having a little bit of that in mind. What is it that you do choose to be? And kind of having that in mind. But then really we all are connected to that highest source. Whatever that is to you, that is fine. God, source, creator, universe, whatever it is, that's fine. Okay, so what it is you get kind of realize that is connected, whether you've experienced it or believe in it or not. It's just there. That's how we're here. Mm-hmm. And so whatever that is to you. So I picture and just imagine or visualize whatever it works for people. If you find a picture even that kind of represents this for you, I always tell people go with what works for you because everyone is different. So I see this like tube around, okay? We can all do this together. There's this tube around you and it encompasses your energy field and your aura. Okay, basically just that aura that is within however many feet of that you feel that is fine. Okay, so this tube, and it goes all the way to the center of the earth. So it's really grounded in there. And then it goes all the way up to that highest source, that creative energy of all that is. And within this tube, or this kind of like bubble-like thing that you've created around yourself, it's totally safe. Nothing can come into that space that you don't want in there, okay? And so when you have this tube around you, you're in this protected space, this sacred space, if you will. And this is a way of running energies. So I always will usually just take a deep breath in and let it out and just see some kind of energy. You can give it a color. White, gold, you can give it rainbow colors. It doesn't, you can give it a purple for the violet flame if you're into that. And so that's transmuting energy. So you can give it any color you want. What makes you feel good? What color is your favorite color? Whatever it is. And give it an intention that as it's going down and as it's going to come back up, it's aligning, it's balancing, it's clearing and cleansing your energy. It is, it is healing. It is transforming. Whatever you want it to do, whatever it is that you've given it this intention, that's what you're basically training it. The intention behind it is doing. So you're training not only this energy that you've given an intention to, but your mind starts to kind of, the more you do this, and if you do it every day, I usually will recommend people do it right before they go to bed. And when they wake up in the morning, and any time during the day that they feel something is going on, they can actually just do this. And you can do this anywhere. You can do this if you're in line at the grocery store, if you're sitting at a traffic light or whatever it is. You can do this anywhere because you're just using your imagination, or you're just kind of visualizing this. Some people like to just sit still and kind of close their eyes. But whatever it is, but we're going to take a deep breath in, and when you let it out, it's going all the way down to the center of the earth. And there, it's transmuting, transforming. Okay, so whatever you're clearing out, that's totally fine because it's going back to whatever is best for the earth there. And
so you're beginning to create a tube all around you, like a shell, a tube all around you, and put a color to it. And then within that tube, you can create some intentional, I am statements based on who you're choosing to be. That way you're surrounded by that good intention of what you're choosing. And then when you take a deep breath in and out, you can have all of the, whatever you don't want, kind of recycled through the earth, in that tube.
Yep.
And then when it comes back to you, it will be able to bring back just like
it's like purified. It's like purified energies. You're picking up those frequencies from the center of the earth that are beneficial for you. And you bringing those all the way back up. And that's when you can take your deep breath in and bring that back up and see it just going all the way up to that creative energy of all that is. Up there, it gets transmuted and transformed too because there's only love and light up there. And it really transmutes it, and you can pick up whatever frequencies or energies that are best for you there. And it's just, you're bringing them back down. And so you do this. You can do this as often as you want, as long as you want. I usually recommend a few minutes. It just depends on where you're at and what you're doing. But you're training it. You're giving it an intention. And the more you do this, the more you'll get familiar with this process and what it's doing. And you will start to notice. Some people notice right away, and some people, it takes them, a good bit of doing it a couple of times a day for maybe a week or so to really start noticing a difference. But this is also creating like a shield. This is a shield around you too. Mm-hmm. You want to look at it as like a shield, or if you don't like the word shield, there's all kinds of just intentions you can give it. You're just in this protective field.
Yeah,
and you are protected
field. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like that.
And so if you take a deep breath in, and like I said, let it out, go all the way to the center of the earth, and then breathe back in, come all the way up, and you can do this as slow as you want or as fast as you want, because energy moves very quickly. And so it can be just in just a second. It can go down and up and down and up. Or you can, like I said, take your time with it. If it calms you, bring in peace. If you want that more calming energy, just intend peace go through you. And all the way.
This is so great for those women who are so sensitive, who are giving away their energy to, sadly sometimes abusive and manipulative relationship that they have in their life. Because we've been conditioned and trained to do those things, that this can really help us at the end of the day or the start of the day to recycle the energy in our body and be protected and have all of our vital life force come back to us through the earth. I mean, I've been talking a lot about how our bodies are energy, but that we're really nature. And that I love the fact that you're wanting to have us visualize this being in this tube that's going into the center of the earth, because truly Mother Earth is our mother.
Mm-hmm.
And the earth
is very motherly, nurturing energy.
And there's no mistakes in nature. And there's nothing broken about you. There's no mistake about you. You're sensitive for a good reason, which is to be able to be compassionate and thoughtful in the world. But go recycle through the earth to be able to, regenerate your energy and then create that layer of protection around you. So I love this. And I know we've talked about what do you call this thing? We call it the tube thingy.
Just running energies. People do it in different ways. This is just how I've come up with that seems to work. But also remembering when you're going to the center of the earth, when you're up in that creative energy of all that is, it's energy, and you can bring back to you the energy that you may have unintentionally or intentionally, depends on the person, given away. If you're connected, which you truly are, anything that says that you're not is things that you may have just been led to believe, that's fine. But you will actually learn to connect very easily and more effortlessly this way. But remembering that you can recall that energy anytime, because you're connected to this amazing energy source, whether it be the earth, which, like I said, when you go down there, you're cleansing and clearing or transmuting that. Mm-hmm. But when it's that highest source, that's an energy that is there for anyone, and there's infinite amounts. So it's not like it's ever going to run out.
Right. I love that.
We can recall it into our body so that we are less likely to be tired or, just feeling, it'll just fulfill and just refill or restore that energy within you.
I know that the second technique that you're going to share with us really could be a good time to talk about that now, as we're kind of calling in that, regenerative energy and for what we need to replenish. So could you share with us the second technique that you wanted to share with us today?
Yes. So the other one is basically for you, but when there's someone else involved, what do you do? And so what you can do, just to, let's say there's someone and you might not be getting along with them, or you feel something from them, you're like, whoa, and Okay, so it's the figure eight. Everybody knows the infinity sign or infinite sign, the figure eight. So you can do that. Imagine yourself in one of those circles and the other person in the other one. Or it could be you in one side, and let's say you have some kind of pain in your body. Put that pain in the other side. And when you're doing this figure eight, you're clearing up the energy between you and whatever it is. It can be anyone or anything. It can be an emotion. It can be something that you're feeling. It can be another person or whatever it is. And it can be someone that you do like and you just want to get, feel more connected or closer to them, whatever it is. You can clear that energy by just doing that. And you can give that figure eight, once again, get playful with it, get creative, give it a color. Do rainbows. It doesn't matter. When you give it an intention, that's what gives it that power. That's what makes it work for you. And so the more you play with it, the more you can go, and customize it for yourself. Like I said, play with the colors, play with the energy of it, give it an intention. If it's you and someone else and you want to have more love between you, give it a pink or a red or whatever color love is for you. And just say, just adding in love. You can add things, but you can also use it to clear and just kind of clear up that energy between you. So I'll sit there sometimes when I'm on a call with someone in a session and they're mentioning that they're having some issues with someone else. I'll just start doing this. And it's like I just see them in one side and whatever they're talking about is in the other. And by the end of the session, I can check the before and after energies. I'd use muscle testing, and it's totally shifted. And they can feel the difference too. So it's really just sticking with it though. And, some people just once they're like, it didn't work. Yes. Keep playing with it.
Yeah, definitely. If you're listening and you're watching us along, comment and let us know if you're sensitive, if these things are going to be something that you can bring in as easy techniques in your life, the things that you can do in your mind, the things that you can do, like she said, standing in the grocery store, or even in your car, things to be able to really help you to recycle and regenerate your energy and be able to have some layer of protection from giving out too much. That way you know how to have self-honor as a priority in your life. So, well, Christy, thank you so much for being on with us and sharing your wisdom and all your passion, your good vibes. I really appreciate it all. And every single week, we've got this show, Comfortable, Confident, Inside Out, on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively at the Empowered Tapping Revolution. So it's free to join. If you're watching this video on Facebook or on YouTube, come over to Facebook onto the Empowered Tapping Revolution. And all of Christy's information, if you're interested in more energy healing and to get more from Christy, all of her information is going to be in the description box of this video. And you can get in touch with her. I know she's got a website, ChristyWarnick.com. She has a Facebook group. She's an amazing energy healer. She has a show at the Akashic Academy called The Power of Energy Healing, which is a beautiful show. So if you're interested to learn more about your body as energy and how you can really work with your energy to be able to create more powerful transformation, Christy's the girl. She is so passionate about helping you move through that transformation. So if you resonate with her, please reach out to her. So Christy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And ladies, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.